Peace, everyone. Welcome back. If you are returning, and if you are new here, welcome. We are exploring infinite potential, and in this mini-series, we are currently reading the manuscript Peaks and Valleys, which is a recent publication that I released in 2024 in November. We're reading page by page and gathering different perspective and elaborating on the material in context. So, without further ado, let's get right into the manuscript. I will pull this up for you to see. And if you would like to take notes, remember to gather your pen and your papyrus. And also, I wanted to say, I hope everybody is very well, wherever you are. So get a drink and relax. I'm going to read this page and a little bit of the next page, and we'll be out. So briefly, from the previous video, we were speaking about the encroachment of the technological advancements, air quotes, advancements. And so this is where we'll pick up. To clarify, this is not to discourage one from the utilization of technological advancements for healthy and benevolent purposes for self and others. Nor is this to say any particular thing is good or evil. It is both, and all is one, inside of you and I too. This is to rather encourage the individual to let go of the energy patterns that are stagnating the life spirit. Potential energy will begin to flow powerfully in the body when the individual rids overconsumption, and the capability of transmutation grows internally, with inner consciousness expanding, reaching what some refer to as Christ consciousness, the Christos, living in harmony with intuition, embracing love, and being honorable with your actions. We're talking about machinations of divine human anatomy. All right. This will conclude the first learning section of Peaks and Valleys. I hope you have found insight with some of this material. This is only to be a utility in the tool belt of your consciousness. Again, pause the video. I'm moving up if you would like to jot down any notes. And the next page. All right. You are responsible for awakening the dormant thought forms inside of your university, innerverse, developing and refining these techniques along the life journey to be useful. This material may be used as a stepping stone again and again, until reference is no longer required and full benefit has been attained by the spirit of the reader. But that is it, and let it be used for nothing more. We are here to help each other. Remember, we are all one source. The infinite creative potential surges through your being. Tap in. And this is exactly what we are working on here on the channel, and there are other channels that I've shouted out before. Check out the Esoteric Exploration. It is the Year of the Snake Decode 2025, Year of the Snake. It is pretty lengthy, but it is plethora of different perspectives of the symbolism of the serpent and the swastika as well. These are ancient geometries that have been symbolized throughout architecture, in cymatics. It's in the patterns of frequency fields that you can clearly see through different instruments that have been used over and over again, proving the movement of frequency and how frequency develop geometry. And geometries are the base schematics for all universal energy forces. The Egyptians called them the netters, N-E-T-E-R-W, and the W was the O, it was Neteru. At least I've read it. I'm sure it's pronounced different ways, but that's, if you would like to look that up, if you haven't heard of that, please do. These are the universal forces the Hindus knew about: Brahma, Krishna, Shiva, generator, operator, destroyer. You are responsible for awakening these dormant thought forms, these geometries, these base schematics that are in your soul, in your boundless potential, in your life spirit that's perpetually self-contemplation. It's always in motion, seeking equilibrium, just like the toroidal field of Earth. It always in motion as things seem still, yet everything is fluid. Every nanosecond is impermanent, and you have the perverse ability to maneuver through time and space consciousness with this discernment and awareness and discipline. Cultivating these relationships is how we approach astral worlds or developing our magical universe, and understanding the illusions and distractions that exist in the physical construct or the matrix in this field that we are delivered into when we are born. Again, the material I put into I wrote down, I put into words in a strategic. It's short and concise yet powerful. It's compactified, but it's written to literally upheave, like lift the frequency of the reader up as they read it. So read it once or twice or however many times. I read things several times, more than that. So that's just a suggestion. If you are reading and maybe not not comprehending, but it's not resonating, or you get some of it but not all of it. And if it does all resonate, that's amazing. That's the goal of the material. It's to empower the reader to go within. So I am going to pause the reading for today, and in the manuscript, we have made it through chapter 4, and we'll begin a exploration and elaboration of chapter 5 in the following video. So again, with the reflection of the technology, the most divine technology is our technology, our energy patterns, our belief systems, which are the all-powerful, where we put our faith, how we utilize and harness faith, the technology of belief, and being able to go within and reshape and reform our energy patterns with agency, and help each other in the process. Help each other remember that we can all find solution as we traverse the darkness, this crazy life experience. But being honorable with these energy patterns is vital to our creative life force essence, and harnessing with the utmost boundless potential. So hopefully that provided some insight. Again, utilize this at your will. And if you made it to the end of this video, well, we're not done yet, but if you are still here, thank you. Please consider like, share, subscribe as well. That would really help the channel, especially at these beginning stages. Just, I guess, maneuver through the algorithm. I'm not trying to make clickbait, and I am trying to be extremely helpful. So that's pretty straightforward. And again, reach out if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding any of this material, or just anything in general. If you want to know about any of the, anything else, just let me know. or share your insights. I'd love to hear any comments. And I do encourage everybody to check out any of the previous videos if you haven't, because it does go in depth with strategic methods that any individual can apply to integrate deeper awareness with any of these different machinations that are surging through our being. That is our intuition and memory ability to recollect any moment at any time. And as we practice internalize our senses, our physical senses that we use normally in the external planes, we internalize and practice a deeper cultivation with those. And that helps us again with recollection, having gut instinct instantaneously, uncompromised by any external disturbances, any outer frequencies, electromagnetic disturbances that are in our environment. So, of course, this involves practicing some form of quiet. It doesn't necessarily have to be like, Om meditation, although I do encourage researching different techniques. And if you have any particular questions regarding, I will share how I do that with you. I believe that is a mind state, and you can access this instantaneously at any moment, and you don't have to be silent or quiet. But if you are in practicing stages of developing a meditative state, it is primarily going to be harnessed through breath and not silence, because the point of meditation is being able to be calm in a storm, in the chaos. It's not about being able to be calm in a calm place. But because of how overstimulated we are and distracted we are in modern day fields of consciousness, being bombarded by external frequencies, if you will, we have to make the extra efforts to make time to get out just for the quiet. So that's why I do include that as an important thing, because it's like a prerequisite to just instantaneously being able to breathe and find a peace within any chaos and handle a situation honorably, creatively, and with boundless potential, and through your heart, whether that be if you're in any situation. This really goes deep, because if you again go back to pages 16 through 21, every moment of life is an opportunity, and everything that we're doing is a relationship. How I'm speaking and how I'm filling up my mug, what I'm filling up my mug with, what I'm getting, what I'm putting into my mug, and where is that coming from, and how was that cultivated? Did I grow the herbs and dry them out for my tea, or am I buying tea that's been processed? Or does that even matter to me, or do I care about quality? You see, these are things to think about it internally, and not think about the internal waters. Think about the fluidity of your thought and the frequency of your thought and the clarity that you seek in obtaining or acquiring a goal. And I want to make a note here that I heard somewhere recently, but there's really nothing out in this physical construct to be paying attention to. These are distraction fields, and the goal is to redirect intention and move our life force energy internally, because the life force is naturally emerging from the life spirit, which is in a perpetual state of contemplation. So these electromagnetic disturbances in our environment are just distraction fields that are pulling us away from a deeper convening and deeper interweaving of these abilities that any individual, as an inner alchemist, astral, understanding boundless potential in all planes, and how their interdimensional essence can be utilized honorably, and how you also how you can protect your prana in this crazy chaos. This is part of it. So again, I think that was a good little section to close off chapter 4 with, and I appreciate everybody being here. I hope everybody has a wonderful start to their week. It is Soul Day, Sunday, here, and wherever you may be, please take care in your endeavors and make sure to have fun. A lot of what we're talking about, traversing through the chaos and the darkness with the light of the life spirit, that's you could translate that as well. Taking a risk, going for a goal, going after a goal, or being present, a present awareness with the current moment, and understanding that your capability to time travel is right within you and your instantaneous access to your time travel. And the more that you exercise your inner powers, your inner abilities, the clearer these essences can communicate with one another as one generator, operator, destroyer, or God fluidity within you. I do have the esoteric explorations available. Again, check out the 2025 Year of the Serpent Decode and the Swastika. They are related. These are related directly to universal life force energies, and the ancients are very well known of this. I think there are channels that are doing a pretty decent job unraveling some potential or plausible possibility of things that could have happened, rather than what a lot of mainstream sources have tried to dictate over decades of time. So it's pretty interesting to, at very least, ponder. But nonetheless, these symbols carry through time extremely powerfully and resonate to this day. Look at Ye in his. Do I have that picture somewhere in his shirt? But being understanding this life force energy and how it moves through you, and how it was used in recent times in relative to whatever you believe time is, as we move through time, or time moves through us, as both of these may occur at the same time. There is a attraction and repulsion, or contraction and expansion occurring, a life force energy, and these are the spiraling movements of the toroid, the toroidal flow, the torus flow, the electromagnetic biofield of all consciousness, all life force. That's the proton, electron, and neutron. Life force energy, Brahma, Shiva, Krishna, the creative principle. That's the Trinity, the Holy Trinity in all or any religions. That's the triangle, the Pythagorean initiation. Having and elaborating inner philosophy of the shape of a triangle. The letters that we use today, the numbers, are just symbols, and before symbols before letters were, other symbols were hieroglyphs, and some symbols still to this day speak paragraphs. They mean paragraphs. You can do this with the triangle. So that's the point of the early initiate mystery school wisdom and enlightenment initiation, is that we have a creative, boundless essence within that is a utility that we're born with. And going within our breath, which is our creative life force energy, our breathing is the control of our thoughts. Our frequency of our thought can be controlled by our breath technique, and the movement of our body follows the course of our life force, our prana, our subtle bodies are causal bodies, the rainbow body, different ways to say the same thing. The chakra system. So these are just some different ideas to carry along with you and nuggets to gather as you continue to expand. I think for today, we have done a pretty good job going into the manuscript, and I sort of want to go into chapter 5, but I will save it. For the next video. This is a good pause point until the next video. All right, that was the last note for you today. So I hope you enjoy, everybody. And again, please have a wonderful rest of your day and start to your week, wherever you may be, and take care in your endeavors. I'll see you in another video. Much love. Peace.